Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a speed bump. Did you hear what I said? I'm a speed bump. And if you have cut rate car insurance, the cost of reattachment. You wouldn't know him, but want him to know you. And that's okay, he's just fine for now. He can see his dreams, he doesn't know where they are. I'm sure he'll find a way, maybe he'll be a star. Never saw him before, but now you see him everywhere. Bring those dreams to life, let him know the stairs. Life's a waste of its time. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. Maybe I'll never heard the story. There's the things we are, the things we'll never be. And there's the things we wish we were. Or maybe you've seen her somewhere, but I'm guessing no. Maybe she'll change the world, but you never know. The stories and the songs, the words go through her head. Now she's wearing black, not knowing she's been blessed. There's the terror of knowing that her dreams are coming true. The crowds are calling her, she needs to follow through. Cause it's all just like, it's only just your life. things we wish we were.
How is everybody doing this lovely, lovely Sunday? Very happy to be spending this time with you here. It's been kind of an interesting week. Not absolutely in the best way either. Let me just do a thing here real quick. It's been a full week, man. For those of you who are big Foo Fighters fans, it is a very, very sad week. But we're going to do what we can here to, just do what we do, which is dance on through the sadness and laugh on through the tears. I'm going to do some things that are some old tunes and also some things that were more recently inspired by a bunch of things that Dave and Taylor and the band had kind of inspired. So, and I've been playing around with some stuff here that has been sitting in the bag of tricks and not yet actually played out in a long time. Some of them are requests from the house here, and some of them are requests from friends, and some are... Hang on. I am just paying attention to the replay here, making sure that our sound is the right way that we want it here. All right, that's sounding about the right balance. So I am gonna, I don't know how I can start without really kind of getting into this a little bit. But I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken about what happened with Taylor Hawkins, and I can't imagine what his family is going through. I can't imagine what he went through, and I'm heartbroken for Dave and for the rest of the band. I don't know what this, there was such camaraderie and friendship amongst those. I just finished reading Dave's autobiography, The Storyteller, just a couple of weeks ago. And he is so effusive in his love for his bandmates that, man, I can't imagine. I just can't imagine. So I say again, let's go ahead and do what we can to just kind of enjoy ourselves in the moment and give thanks for all of the things that that all these incredible artists have brought into our lives. I'm going to start off by giving you a song here. I'll explain why I'm doing this one here in a second, but this is a song about going places and hoping that people know that you're doing it just because it's what you have to and not because you're trying to run away from this little song called Last Flight Out.
It's been ages since I've been to Chicago. For the life of me, I don't know why I have to go. It's not the center or any better, no matter what I tell her. Been sitting home too long, I've got to fly. Just have to go, don't need a reason why. Escape among the clouds, silent in the crowds, trying not to think too loud. Get me the last flight out. It isn't you, I swear it isn't you, my love. I'll take the last flight out before I
lose and finish what I've just begun. Yeah. Call it wanderlust if you have to. I don't have anything that I have to do. Flying here or there, I'll find somewhere, and I'll be there with you. No more time to waste and win this human's race. It's got to make it through alright. Not trying to run from you, don't think I've been untrue. Just get me to that plane tonight, yeah. Get me the last flight out. It isn't you, I swear it isn't you, my love. I'll take the last flight out before I lose and finish what I've just begun. We've been doing quite a bit of songwriting here at the house over the past week or so. Jen has been working on her stuff as well, and maybe I will play some of that for you at some point here in the future with her permission, of course. Before I get into that, just a couple of quick things here. There are some new commands that we got sitting here in the chat, including if you want to go over to where you can find my tunes, you just go ahead and hit that, and it shows up right in the thing, and you can just go ahead and click on that. The other, by the way, is we got merch now, which is really freaking cool, and you hit that by. But really, what I'm much more interested in, please, if you like the stuff that's happening here, I can't tell you how important it is to us to be able to engage with you guys in the chat. I'd love to get suggestions from you. I'd love to be able to know more about what you like, or what you'd like to hear more of. And you know, goodness well in here. I'm on the road quite a bit. Hopefully, maybe we can run into each other in person here as I get out and start playing out a little bit more. On that point, unfortunately, next weekend, I will not be playing on my regular time on Sunday because I'm going to be on a plane down to Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't know if I will shift over to the Saturday. I think maybe I will, but we'll play that by ear, right? Okay. But keeping that theme of songs that are written from or about traveling and things like that. Here's a song that I wrote, probably 2 years ago, just as we were starting the pandemic. I was on a flight that was coming back from Edmonton and stopping back through Toronto, just kind of thinking about people that might be going through hard times, and wrote this song that's actually on Alone in a Crowded Place, the album cover that you can see on the screen there. Goes a little bit like this. I used up all the boxes, I took out all the trash. I'll get the truck in Brampton and save a little cash. I thought I'd have a future, drywall and driving nails. Still I thought otherwise, bad times and falling sales. They say it's so much harder to try and save a stash. Can't even find your fortune digging holes up in the patch. Past times will pass the time, lost moments with the hit. Life is a fulsome journey, this here's a sorry trip. And it's time to leave the lines. I've had enough of losing, I've seen enough of pain. Old plans worth refusing while I make amends. Won't catch me again, 'cause it's only pulling nails. Stuck on the 401, going nowhere with no one else. I'm frozen here in time, still hope my heart can melt. I've laid off my ambitions, I've outsourced my reserve. I've mortgaged all my dreams and the future I had earned. The past is gone. Oh, why should I mind? My path moves on, and it's time to leave the line. Your absence makes the presence of everything that came before. I knew I paid my penance, and you were standing at my door. I've had enough of losing, and I've seen enough of pain. Old plans worth refusing while I make amends. Won't catch me again, 'cause it's only pulling nails. Only pulling nails. So I got the trusty, crappy music stand sitting over here to my right on some tunes that I haven't played for a little bit, just because I haven't. And I figured it would be nice to take some of these out and play them. One of which, this first one of which is actually off that same EP. This is off of Alone in a Crowded Place, and this was written really right at the beginning of the pandemic. And was really all about that anxiety of not knowing what the hell was going on, which there was a lot of. Yeah, I'm making a mess. I'm just throwing paper all over the place. Welcome to my life. This is just basically what I'm going to end up cleaning out over the next hour or so. I got more cords and cables around here than you can imagine. It's all the life of a streamer, particularly one whose studio is not set up full time. When I do the Sea of Thieves stuff, which is really very much secondary, if you look up what I've done there, that's a lot easier. I'm just on that computer over there. I throw on the headset and hit play, and there we go. So, anyway, where was I? So, this is a song that was written. Let me see if I can just arrange this a little bit better. So, that I can actually see stuff. Moreover, let me see if I can do that in such a way that I don't destroy everything while I'm doing it. Destructobots. So this is a song, again, off of Alone in a Crowded Place. And it was that, okay, so we're going to go into a 2-week lockdown. Everything's going to be cool, right? Okay. So, if I remember correctly, and I don't have a phaser on here, but listen to it on Spotify. You'll like this. Where have the crowds have gone? Am I the only one left in the sun? Lost, afraid and alone again. I search and I find that I can't find anyone. Hide, pull all the curtains down, clean all the space around and make everything clear. Try to act normal now, and find all the ways and hows to make it in here. So take my hand, darling, and show the way. We'll face the fear coming, and day by day I know we'll be okay. On the other side, on the other side. So find me a trusted voice, cut on through the noise and make everything right. Light, help me to light the way. Make it out of the darkness and into the light. Keeping to myself, keep me right. I just want to make it right. And on the other side, we'll be alright. We'll be alright. Take my hand, darling, I know the way. We'll face the fear coming day by day. I know we'll be okay on the other side. I know we'll be okay on the other side. I know we'll be okay on the other side, on the other side. Hang on, what do we got next? It's interesting to try and play some of these songs after a little bit. Obviously I practice them a little bit before we come online. But it's a very big difference between just go ahead and playing them. Just all right, how does that go again? All right, yeah, got it, good. All right, good. And then you're actually going through the song. I'm like, where am I again? And occasionally I'll find myself being anxious about it. In 2 songs you got to do this one. Wait, what am I doing? just noodling around a little bit. You never know where the next song's going to come from. So let's see, what was I going to play next? Ah, yes. Got a couple of dreamy things for you now. Although first, coffee. Music friend of mine over in Germany posts some wonderful, very, very strange pictures she does. And then, just as the text, but first, coffee. So Martina, that's for you. Here is a song about, well, I can tell you what it's about, or I can tell you how I wrote it. Maybe I'll tell you both. It's a song basically about a relationship that's coming to an end, but in terms of the how I wrote it, there's a band called Porcupine Tree. Steven Wilson is this incredible, probably slightly autistic musician based over in the UK. And just brilliant prog rocker. And starting in the 90s, he and a couple of buddies of his were at a party, and they were just trying to, take the piss out of this girl that was there, and just kind of talking about all the great progressive bands. And there was Pink Floyd, and there was Yes, and there was Genesis, and then there was Porcupine Tree, and completely made up this band, and somehow got her to be skeptical, but starting to come around on it. So they actually went and they started to create some of the faux music from this prog rock band. And before they got too far into it, they're like, actually, this is pretty good stuff. So they started to put it out. That's the opening riff off of one of the first song off of their album In Absentia, which you really do need to go out and listen to. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'm going to, somewhere, I don't yet know where, I'll create a Spotify playlist on things I think you should be listening to, or things that I like that maybe you will too. And we'll go ahead and start to share that over the next couple of these things that we do. So I'll remember to do that for you, and I'll put in absentia some of the Steven Wilson stuff on there. All of this is the long way of saying that this chord here, an E minor plus 2, or you can also play it down here, is just a chord I was playing around with, and it's such an evocative, open, breathy type chord that I decided I wanted to try and write something around it. I, of course, play it up here for those guitarists that are trying to see what I'm doing. And the song that ended up sounded like this. My friend Polly says there are too many chords in the song, so... Don't you know that I am sleeping, she said. The morning sun is in your eyes, light shines true, and there I find surprise. Don't you know the day is wasting, he said. I know I said I'd never go, but still I find you seem to know instead. But in the end, come alone and leave alone, my friend. So let's pretend what's been lost we'll find again in the end, my friend. Stay close to me, I'm drowning, she said. I know I've seen that face before and looked at someone else, I saw it then. Can't you see it's over, they said. It's just a dream fading tune like a springtime winter afternoon. But in the end, we come alone and leave alone, my friend. So let's pretend what's been lost we'll find again in the end. Oh, my friend, here comes the rough part. Because the mindless are forever distant, always lost in just this instant. Can't be lost, they've never known. Different paths were never shown. On the path that charts their lives, we're all too soon, the end arrives. When they've passed this star-crossed love, life's too short not to forgive. Can't you see I'm weeping, she said. The setting sun will leave the sky, darkness comes and then I'll fly away, fly away. But in the end, come alone, leave alone, my friend. So let's pretend what's been lost we'll find again in the end, my friend. So, we're going to do some real kind of whiplash in a second here, but for right now, let's stay on things that are a little bit dreamy. And again, with songs that are off of the Alone in a Crowded Place disc or playlist, if you want to do it that way. Where's my coffee at? There's my coffee. Coffee. So where I grew up in northern New Jersey, the Hackensack River just kind of scrolls its way down through. And when I was growing up, a lot of the land that was around that was still undeveloped. We used to refer to it as the woods. There's another part of it that was called Tweed for different reason. And as a kid, I'm by a kid, I'm talking like, somewhere in the ages of like 7 to 14. We just go wandering, honest to God. Just, tell my folks, all right, we're going to the woods. And just go ahead and wander back there. And we'd go fishing. We would just kind of wander around, make dams, create forts, run ropes up into the trees and swing across the brooks and things of that nature. And it was idyllic. Now, you can't do that anymore there for two reasons. First is that a lot of that land then became available for development. We lost a lot of the trees. Has not helped the housing shortage because it's still all that same single-family, quarter-acre kind of a thing. It just sprawls as opposed to going up and actually, creating housing for people. The other is that whatever land is there, if you go tromping around back in those woods, somebody's going to call the cops on you. Just because nobody's used to being outside in some of these areas. Anyway, that little sermon aside for a moment. First of all, let me tell you, weather's getting better. It's going to be cold here in Boston for the next week or so, but I actually got out on the bike. All of this is reminding me we all have to get outside a little bit more here. So let's go do that. But as I am looking out my window right now, I see these fantastic formations of these cumulus clouds off to the distance after yesterday's gray day. And that's really what this song is about. It's a nostalgic song about youth, about just kind of hanging out there by the stream and looking up at the clouds.
Time flows in ribbons, it frays as it flows. The threads as it falls to the floor, and all is forgiven beyond all we know. By the time they walk through the door, there once was a dream that I had by a stream, where the stream was calling my name. Too much to believe, meant to think overseen, could never quite be the same. Can you see like me that whatever will be, and that's all there is. Clouds are all that I see. As children we know all that's true can be shown, regardless our dreams of what's true. So staring at clouds, we can still find somehow what's true for me and for you. Remember the times when I needed a friend, over and over and over again. So I look at the clouds in a sky full of blue, I mull it all over and hope that it's true. That is, everyone seems to float through the day. Time moves along and goes drifting away when the distance is great, but the love's still so strong. Don't be afraid, it won't be so long, not so long. Can you see like me that whatever will be, and that's all there is. And clouds are all that I see. Time flows in ribbons, frays as it flows, threads as it falls to the floor, and all is forgiven beyond all we know. By the time we walk through the door,
keep forgetting I'm on capo 3 rather than on capo 2. I had originally written that song in F, and recorded it in F, So there's your F. And then for a while I was performing it in E. And it was interesting. I was going to play it with my friend Danielle in the park when we were going to do our show back last August or September, and she was trying to play along with it, and playing along because she learned it to the recorded version, which is in F. And for a while, like I say, I was performing in a half step down, and it was pretty hard. It was pretty horrible, but it all worked. So I'm going to play another song for you that is a bit of a memory. This is my last year at university down at Rutgers. I took an apartment over on Douglas campus with a couple of friends of mine. This was just a fantastic apartment. First of all, it was right on campus. It was like a block off from Douglas. It was the first time I'd actually stayed in and lived in New Brunswick as opposed to being in Piscataway of the 4 years that I was there. And if for those of you that know Rutgers, Douglas was the women's college for years and years. So it was where all the pretty much predominantly female. So it was an interesting time for a young man to be just kind of in that area, and just you go out on the park, bring your guitar, start playing guitar, and you'd have some pretty interesting conversations, and there's some really good memories there. But my roommates at the time, after we moved in, there were two guys in the apartment that we hadn't known, and they had the apartment before we moved in. We filled in their 2 open spots. After we moved in, they kind of took us aside and said, "Hey, listen, there's some things that we should probably tell you." And they opened up a desk drawer, and sure enough, in there was a whole bunch of cannabis that they'd been growing. They said, "Yeah." And they said, "Where'd you get these?" "Well, this is kind of a thing that we do." And when you say thing that you do, what do you mean? So they took us up to the attic, and there was a full attic full of glow lamps and all kinds of plants all over the place. So that was a pretty cool apartment. Anyway, this song is really very much written about that experience. So this is called Pretty Young Thing. Why don't you make yourself comfortable? There's a little wine in the fridge. Please excuse the mess, 'cause I'm not settled yet. There's a little homegrown on the desk. There's light in the drawer. Do you like how the light plays on the walls in the hall? Well, I'm really glad to know you, and I'm glad we hit it off, and I'll try to get to know you. Pretty young thing. Is there anything you'd like to see that's on TV? Or maybe you'd prefer a Steely Dan CD? Well, it really doesn't matter from where thou art, 'cause I'm really just an old-fashioned boy at heart. Well, I'm really glad to know you, and I'm glad we hit it off, and I'll try to get to know you. Pretty young thing. Pretty young thing. Well, I really feel so bad, things got all mixed up. And yeah, knowing that doesn't seem enough. Would you like some orange juice or some frosted flakes? After last night, I'll do all it takes. Well, I'm really glad to know you, and I'm glad we hit it off. But I'll never try to own you, my pretty young thing, my pretty young thing. Got another song from about that time, maybe a little bit after, as I'm thinking about it. So, let's see if I can do this without making a little bit of a hash. Just after that was that hash I was talking about. Hang on. When you set up your streaming area very tightly arranged, then things can fall down on a fairly regular basis. So, there's a song that I wrote just after I came back to New York, after North Carolina, and it was written pretty stream of consciousness. I was in a small band, it was a guy that I knew and his sister. She was the singer. Me, my buddy Don Humphreys, who had been our drummer all through Tunnel 18 and Prototype, and one of my best friends. And then a rotating span of bassists, including John Battle, who then eventually became Don's brother-in-law. And John, you're probably not watching, but in case you are, man, I miss you. And we should get together and we should jam next time I come down to Jersey. Anywho, this is one of the songs that I wrote, and you know that you're in the wrong band when you write a song, you go ahead and you record it in the practice area, and the guy and the sister go and rewrite it, re-record it with another guitarist, and then come back and say, here's what we'd like you to play. I wasn't there anymore after that. Anyway, this is a song called On the Edge of the World. Once on the edge of the world, I knew that once I found you, that you, my one, could be with me, and oh, if that were the truth. Yeah, on the edge of the things knew so long ago, and forgot when I lost my mind, my soul, 'cause that was the truth. If I come from this with less than perfect bliss. I know that only I'm to blame. And if I come from this with less than innocent happiness, I know that only I'm to blame. And if I come again to know the bliss I've known, and if I come again to know the bliss I've known, I know nothing else can be same, when all that seems to be is pale and deranged. My life and love are the same, 'cause that is the truth. Nope. And if I come from this with less than perfect bliss, I know that only I'm to blame. And if I come from this with less than innocent happiness, I know only I'm to blame. I know that only I'm to blame. Comes from a period of my songwriting where just riffing on G and the things that you can do off the bass strings off of that really appealed to me. Let's see, what else we got here? I got a couple more songs I'm going to play for you here today, just because I really put some thought into things that I wanted to play that really haven't been part of the set for a long time. So, I'm going to do a little bit longer than our usual hour here. But here's a song about, everybody around you seems to be coupling up and you're kind of on your own. Now, clearly not my situation today, but there's a little bit of like real bitterness and bile that can kind of creep into your life. So, as much as this may be the rallying cry of the lonely, don't let it be that way. What price, choice, love, and this I've come to see. One price, loss of freedom, what was yet to be. I know it's never easy, choice is never plain. One likes to know the reason, but all I know is pain. One price is willing to demand, no one else can see. One price is willing to empty, strike 1, 2, and 3. I'd like to know the answers, don't know where to start. I'd like to learn my lines, but no one knows their parts. What have I done to be left behind. I cannot run from the traps I've set in my mind. When my heart lies open, no one sees me broken, bleeding, feeding ground below me. Can there still be hoping? Price to my share, still there's no seat. One price and still I see the payment still repeats. I hear I'm still alone, no one seems to see. I feel my wall around, there's no one left to see. I'll drive across the country, share your happiness, and like the stars above the highway, you light although I'm dead. I'll paste a smile on my face, once another, and now a friend, just a friend. What have I done to be left behind? I cannot run from the traps I've set in my mind. When my heart lies open, no one sees me broken, bleeding, beating ground below me. Can there still be hoping? Got a few more songs I'm going to play for you here. Let me think about this. Yeah, I got to do this. So, I wrote this song. Well, I'll put it this way. I've been just watching Twitter over the past day and a half now and looking the tributes to Taylor come in. And one of the things I noticed is Elton John, I guess it was last night in his show. He played "Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me" and dedicated it to Taylor. Mammoth, Wolfgang Van Halen's band did a cover of "My Hero." I'll occasionally play "My Hero." I can't play it here on Twitch because I'm still trying to figure out what I'm allowed to do under copyright and what I'm not. So everything I play here, by the way, under the Twitch stream is in fact one of my own originals, and I hold the copyright to them. So wanted to do a little bit of a tribute for Taylor, and the thing that I thought I probably ought to do was play a song that I wrote back when Tom Petty passed. Really to talk about processing the feelings and being thankful for the music and the joy and the love that came from everything that was there. Interestingly enough, the lyric for this, the song I'm about to play, "Dancing," which has not actually ever been released. It's up on my SoundCloud. You can probably go find it if you want to go find it. But there's a lyric here of last song we sang together was on a Sweet New England Night. There is a whole series of concerts that have been played over at Fenway over the couple of years, and I've seen Billy Joel there, I've seen Steve Winwood there, I've seen Tom Petty there. Haven't seen the Stones there, although I'm told that that's a fantastic show, but I've also seen Foo Fighters there. So, twice, as it happens. I guess there's some appropriateness to playing this song and putting it there for Taylor. This is called "Dancing." Weary sun too tired to cut on through the morning sky. A colder day than yesterday, colder than last night. Pillow holds 1,000 dreams, time to leave them there. Cause I know for sure you're gone and I'm beyond repair. So much for the music, not much for the verse. I'll keep on for better or for worse. Last time we shared a song was a sweet New England night. Stories sung and songs that said that life would work out right. So now I'm trying to dance on through the sadness, laugh on through the tears. Trying to find the lighter side of too few songs, too few years. Swearing out the darkness, swearing out the light, swearing that I can't keep up the fight. Trying to find another verse to follow on the first. Thought of you and somehow things that just got worse. So much for the music, not much for the verse. And I'll keep on for better or for worse. Or for worse. So, it's a song I wrote a while ago. It's called Closeout. Think about being at a bar or a party, and there's somebody that you've been wanting to talk to all night, and you just don't quite know how to make it work, and that's this song. Why ask why? The answer shows itself, and if I try, make me from yourself, and if I try to make my case, another comes to take my place again. Again. Don't forgive silent man in front. Please don't think I hold myself above, and if I somehow make you cry, it's not enough to. And if I somehow make you cry, it's only time until you'll fly away. Fly away. No one knows, it's only in front of them, it's just enough so you can pretend. And if I somehow make you laugh, it's not enough to know my life. You see, you'll see, you'll never see. You'll never see. I got one more I'm going to play for you here. This is an old one that I played full electric. That's actually the wrong. Full electric back on an album I put out back in 2015. And yes, I'm using an alternative tuning. I'm actually using a tuning that would be familiar to a lot of Soundgarden fans. So this is, so it's D, G, D, G, B, E. And this is a song called Goodnight. And I'm not sure how much else I can tell you about it right now, other than, you know, it's a tuning that I absolutely adore. That's actually another song that I wrote. We'll have to figure out how to do that at some point. A song called Breath. Anyway, let's try this one. A little bit of a swig of coffee, and then we will go ahead and do it. So. There was a riff in there I was playing around with earlier. I ask, why begin again when I know it will only have to end? Begin again, even though the past's not past. Move along, your shadow's left for last. So why should I begin again? Ocean wide. Whole night, Orion marks my steps. Move along, the darkest. All night, Orion marks my steps. Night sky, darkest to my friend. Look north, Aurora lights your face. Night's dim, maybe so's my fate. This night, tonight, I'm all alone. Just tonight, 'cause I'm coming home. So good night, my love. Good night, my love. Good night, my love. I'll be there soon. So good night, my love. I'll be there soon. Turn the page, book is never closed, even if tonight we walk alone. Even if tonight we walk alone. Folks, thanks for being with me. Like I say, I'm not going to be here next week because I'm going down to Charlotte. Going back to Carolina in my mind, right? So here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue you on out with a little bit more music from the Spotify playlist, including this one here. And we'll go ahead and wish you guys a good week. Maybe I will see you on Saturday. That seems a good thing to do. Have a great one.
In the town where I used to be, seen more in life than anyone could tell, more than anyone should see. Never pine for a clear day when a rainy one will do, though I know that others disagree. It's much more than simply making more with you. It's making life in a minor key. Living in a minor key is to shape reality, so your will is yours and truly free. Get all that you heard, get on in and fight the third. Get on living in a minor key. There's a man lives down the street, streams obscenities, but his heart knows love and life and all. And I'll tell you all of his nights, 5 philosophies, and of every girl he gave a call. You take the first, I'll take the latter. You don't mind, it doesn't matter. Battle cry played out on the marquee. And with a twinkle of his eye, he says as 40 years go by, that's making love